Rod Laver. I mentioned earlier we would look at Rod Laver. This is Rod Laver hitting topspin backhands. He reported early in his career he found it very difficult to hit a topspin backhand. Referred to it as so many players that he could not come over the ball. Remember, you don't come over the ball. That's a sensation. The racket face is vertical to hit. Now let's let it run. You get the shoulder rotation, the trailing elbow's high. He eventually straightens out his hitting arm, his left arm. Racket face is vertical to hit. Long hitting zone. Roger Federer goes out almost 6 feet on the backhand side. You can see where Laver's very similar. The better the player, the longer the hitting zone. Laver was a player who hit out. He went for his shots. Jim Lair, there's 2 types of players when they're nervous. The one-ball blast and the forever push. You're better off to be the one-ball blast. You have a better chance of getting the racket face vertical to hit by swinging fast opposed to swinging slow. He's inside the baseline. He's taking the ball on the rise. Now, granted, his racket face is open. The positive of that is that he can generate racket head speed. The negative is there's racket head play, and it makes it more difficult to hit down the line. But again, someone who repeats movements over and over again, the mother of skill, repetition. I would recommend any coach to read the book, The Talent Code. If you want to do something well, you want to, 1, do it efficiently, and 2, do it over and over and over again. We have a clip of Don Budge, Rod Laver, Pete Sampras, and Roger Federer all hitting topspin backhands in slow motion. And it looks so similar. Years ago, Vic Braden used to just have a silhouette of the player at the impact point. And it is amazing how the players look the same at the moment of truth, the impact point. The more someone repeats a movement, the more fluidity, the effortless effort look. So with Laver at the impact point, just imagine that the ball was sitting on an 18-inch rubber cone. So it's teed up. It's a stationary ball hit from a static balanced position. So you just practice that impact point, the moment of truth, and then the long hitting zone. Now let's let this run again. So Coyle's book, The Talent Code. Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, The Story of Success. Rod Laver, with his 2 older brothers, shovels in a wheelbarrow, went from one ant bed to another ant bed, and that's how they built the sand court in their backyard. So there's always a story behind the story. How did Rod Laver win the Grand Slam twice? What an amazing accomplishment. They called him the Rocket. That's not because he hit the ball so hard or he's from Rockhampton. His older brothers called him the Rocket because when he was young, typical of a lot of Aussies with some fun sarcasm, they didn't think the younger brother hit the ball too hard, so they teased him and called him the Rocket. Hit so many tennis balls. When he was on top, his left arm, his forearm, was the same size as the great champion Rocky Marciano. So hit 1 billion balls and try to hit them with great technique.